I did see close friends, family members start doubting, saying, "Yaar, itna kuch aa raha hai, to is there any truth to it?" And that happens. It's human nature. I hear some story, I hear some scandal break out. You say, "Hey, no smoke without fire," this and that. It's understood. So when two best friends are aligned and the thought process is aligned, everything from parenting to taking care of both parents to understanding each other's likes and dislikes, life becomes much easier. Had we been an egoistic couple, or had it been that, listen, I'm the star and I'm bigger than you, or if I started saying, oh, I'm the businessman and I'm better than you, it won't work. 50 days. And I could hear in his voice, Papa, when are you coming home? And that, you know, that really broke me that day. So my birthday, which was supposed to be a happy day of your life, but I was broken because I've never celebrated a birthday like this. I'm sitting inside Arthur Road jail. So even today, if you say, Raj, niche बैठ के खाना खाना है, I'm the happiest. And if you say, Raj, के एक चपाती मिलेगी और प्याज मिलेगा, बस वही खाना है, even more happier. If you say we're going to go and eat in a 5-star hotel, I love it. Let's go. So.
Hello everyone, this is Aina and welcome to Instant Bollywood. Today I'm in conversation with the cast and filmmaker Raj Kundra and Shahnawaz. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you all? It's nice to have you.
Good, thank you. Good to be here.
After a hectic day.
Yes.
So I'm going to start off by
after 3 coffee down.
Yes.
I'm going to start off by asking you that the fact that the phase that you went through was so sensitive for you and you faced so much backlash also. Yeah. Are you all a little worried that how the audience will receive, because there's also light comedy, there is a certain risk that goes. So as a filmmaker and as an actor in the film?
Not so worried. We have not taken ourselves so seriously. We have told light-hearted. We have made a light-hearted film and we want the audience to receive it like that. We want them to keep the case aside and look this as a film, because in the film we have not talked about the case. We have not talked about, there is no controversies in the film. So we have made a very honest, dark comedy, witty film. So I just want them to see it like that, you know.
Yeah, but not necessarily people might perceive it that way.
See, that's the fear we have.
I think, with all due respect, a little bit of confidence has come after seeing the trailer that's been received so well. You know, we only had this unit.
You know, the first thing when I read about UT69, I was like, what is UT69? Did you all have other title options except UT69?
Yeah, so originally we had the title, first it was UT number 69, then it became Under Trial, and then
we went back to UT9.
Yeah, we went to UT69 because that's UT stands for Under Trial, and 69 basically there was a 4-digit number given to me, 69 something something. So we just shortened it down and just said UT69 because tongue in cheek with the whole case. But this was my UT number, funny enough, of all numbers. This was the Kaidi number given to me.
And of course 69 stands for balance and peace. So that was the main reason we kept UT69.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this, Raj. You know, when a person's going through that, they have probably the worst and the darkest thoughts. सबसे बुरे ख्यालात आते हैं आपको सबसे बुरे समय में. At that point of time, did you ever feel that my biggest fear is my closed ones turn against me? Did you ever feel like my family, my parents, my kids shouldn't think wrong of me?
Yeah, no, obviously. And like I said, the trial by media was just on another level. A lot of the media decided that Raj is guilty. Before even the courts have pronounced me guilty, not guilty, media has decided. And then that continued to the trollers, continued to the audience. And when people read and see something, and if it's amplified or if it's glorified above what it really is, if the facts are misquoted, then somewhere or another I'm dealing a battle which is harder to fight if it was just a legal battle. You know, the legal battle, you get a chance to show your side of the story. But media can say whatever they want and you have to just sit quiet and watch, because whatever you say, no one's going to believe. You know, so I just feel that a lot of factual information was missing, and that's where, that's the only thing that was sort of went against us. And it was unfortunate because I did see close friends, family members start doubting, saying, "Yaar, itna kuch aa raha hai, to is there any truth to it?" And that happens. It's human nature. I hear some story, I hear some scandal break out. You say, "Hey, no smoke without fire," this and that. It's understood. But if you don't know all the facts, or you only know half-baked facts, it's very hard to, you know, it's easy to make the allegation, but it's very hard for the other person to say, "Nahi, maine kuch nahi kiya." But it was difficult on us as a family. My children, my wife, she had to really face the brunt of it. I was inside, so my brunt was different, and I was dealing with a different walk of life. But she was dealing with handling family, handling legal, handling her work, handling trollers. It was just never ending for her, and hats off to her, the way she conducted herself and handled herself at that time. We were collateral damage for each other, unfortunately. But being best friends, understanding each other so well, I think somewhere she had full faith and I had full faith, and we knew who we are, what we're all about. So we've got this far. We'll get to the end line very fast.
But I spoke to her very recently for Sukhi and the promotions, and not only my interview, but in every interview she did not shy away from appreciating you, from appreciating your parents, from appreciating how much support you have shown her. And what do you have to say about that? Where is this coming from? Because you all as a couple have gone through a lot.
Correct.
And to sustain a relationship that goes through so many ups and downs in today's time.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Very
कोई किसी के
difficult.
साथ नहीं रहता. You're right.
कोई किसी के साथ नहीं रहता.
I think that's what happens when two best friends get married, because that's what really happened. We were friends first and then we got married. So when two best friends are aligned and the thought process is aligned, everything from parenting to taking care of both parents to understanding each other's likes and dislikes, life becomes much easier. Had we been an egoistic couple, or had it been that, listen, I'm the star and I'm bigger than you, or if I started saying, oh, I'm the businessman and I'm better than you, it won't work. I think there's an understanding. I have full respect for her work and what she's done in life. She's self-made, I'm self-made. So somewhere down that match has been pretty good, and it's helped us get through this. It's just shown us that rain, snow, sunshine, we've had a mini tsunami that's attacked us, but we have come out and we're still hand in hand together, going strong.
आप दोनों ने कहा था ट्रेलर लॉन्च के टाइम पे that this is a human story more than anything else. But Raj, is this somewhere in a positive way, selfishly, you also kind of trying to justify people what they have thought about you?
No, not at all. Like I said, every day I was writing a diary inside. मुझे लगा 12 की एक किताब लिखूंगा on my days in Atharo jail. And when Shahnawaz read these notes, he felt that it's potentially a great story to tell people, factually as is. So he didn't add, as a director, it's very easy to say कि इसको थोड़ा नमक मिर्च ऐड करके और मसाला ऐड करके इसको कुछ interesting करते हैं, cinematic liberty लेते हैं. He didn't take any of it. He said, I want to be true to the story. I want it to be based on a true story, so that people enjoy it that much more.
What I want to know about this is that because the verdict is not out yet, there is a possibility it can go either way. And is there a fear that this might fall flat if the verdict is not in his favor, especially because as a filmmaker, when you're involved?
We would have been thinking about it if we have discussed that topic in this film, but fortunately we haven't. So हमने फिल्म में इनके केस के बारे में डिस्कस नहीं किया है, हमने फिल्म में इनके ट्रायल के बारे में डिस्कस नहीं किया है. In this film we only show the minute he enters the jail and the film ends when he comes out of the jail.
When you were out after spending those 63 days, did you speak to your kids and family? Were there people like talking a lot to them and like?
No, I mean, Vian, I think her bachche ka father is his hero. And for me, I've always been Vian's hero. He always looks up to me and he's always like, Papa, Papa, Papa. He is daddy's boy. So it was hard, Shilpa, to explain to him that where Papa's gone, there's a lot of questions they're asking and it takes a long time. So every time we thought, hafta das din, aajkal mein I'll come out. The whole legal team was there. I didn't think of it to be such a big thing, but I just got stuck in the system. And it is, unfortunately, our law process is slow. So we got stuck in the whole rigmarole and it took 63 days to come out after charge sheets and this and that. So somewhere, Vian was getting weaker. It was, I know on my birthday when I got a call with him, it had been about 50 days. And I could hear in his voice, Papa, when are you coming home? And that, that really broke me that day. So my birthday, which was supposed to be a happy day of your life, but I was broken because I've never celebrated a birthday like this. I'm sitting inside Arthur Road jail, and hearing that shiver in his voice. First time I heard that, that's when I felt that he got a little weaker. Till then he was strong. Papa, no problem, I'm waiting for you. And I would write, and he would send pictures. He'd send lovely cartoon drawings that he's made with he's crying in it and all that. So that used to melt me and break me. But every time I spoke to him, I just said, be strong, Vian, I'm coming back soon, don't worry, everything's good. And he doesn't have access to social media or he doesn't have a mobile phone. So luckily he was kept away from all the trollers and the people that were targeting. But that hurt me most, the way that everyone was just attacking the family. It shouldn't have happened that way, honestly. And I feel sorry for what they've had to go through. But time will heal, and we have full faith in the judiciary.
We have always lived in comfort for the longest time. We are privileged enough to have like house, food and stuff. It's so difficult for someone who's had that privilege and suddenly not have privilege. How did you deal with that part of your life? Like, you're roaming in cars, you're staying in AC.
Correct.
It's the little things that probably make us value the little things in life. So,
I mean, I was never born into luxury. We came from a very middle class family. My parents were, I was born and brought up in England with my sisters. My parents have been there for the last 50 years. So we've seen all walks of life. I've seen where I was a kid and my mum and dad had to both work, and I was left in a car, and my bottle was given to me, and they used to come out at lunchtime and make sure that I had that bottle. So they tell me stories like that. So I've not been the kind of kid that's had that golden spoon and seen luxury in my life and everything. So working in taxis at the age of 18 and doing supermarket jobs, everything that a kid growing up in a middle class family does in England. I've slept on the floor, I've slept in a 5-star hotel, and I've traveled economy and I've traveled business class. So these are perks that I've earned, and today if I enjoy some luxury, I know people say, oh, you seem privileged, but I've worked hard for it. And for me, I'm the kind of guy that I don't get used to things fast. So even today if you say, Raj, niche baith ke khana khana hai, I'm the happiest. And if you say, Raj, ke ek chapati milegi aur pyaj milega, bas wahi khana hai, even more happier. If you say we're going to go and eat in a 5-star hotel, I love it, let's go. So I don't get attached to anything so much. And I think I manage this life because of this thought process, that I've seen it all and I can handle it all. I don't get used to luxuries, I don't get used to comforts. AC nahi hai to fan, I'm the happiest. AC milta hai to I'll take it also. So I adjusted, and because of my adjustments in life, I managed to spend that 63 days inside. But mentally I'm very strong. Physically I was becoming weak because you don't get the right nutrition, you don't get food. It's very hard to eat that food. For the people, there were some people from Dharavi over there complaining about the food. And they used to say, Raj bhai, aapko dekh ke na, it's giving us that courage to handle this. Our food at our house is better than the food in jail. So you can imagine the kind of food you're getting for that statement to come
out. In fact,
out.
this thing, even we have noticed while shooting, so there was no vanity van for Raj while shooting. We just had this one room changing room where we all used to access. So he has no hang-ups of any of this luxury. He used to come on time, before time, just hang out on set, sit with all those 200 people, and in fact at times there were vanity vans for the supporting cast, but Raj I don't think has ever used that vanity van, so no hang-ups. I have seen this up close. Yeah.
And for you, was it difficult to convince a businessman to act?
Little bit.
वो थोड़ा होता है ना कि यार मैं तो business करता हूँ, acting कहाँ से
It was difficult for me to convince businessman's wife to please act.
I had a kida from a young age.
To be an actor.
Not to be an actor,
Camera के सामने.
we grew up watching Bollywood films. So Papa and Mama, they used to give us these cassettes. Amitabh Bachchan ki film aati thi, so we used to go to the store, get the cassette and watch it. So for me, we grew up watching Bollywood because they wanted us to learn our Hindi from there. Because घर पे हम पंजाबी बोलते थे, English बोलते थे, so Hindi we learned through watching Bollywood. I remember at the age of 18, Padmini Kolhapuri ji had opened an acting school in London. So I joined that acting school, and I went on to being one of her favorite students. She loved working with me, and it was a 3-month course. But after that, I didn't have the means to pursue it or to do anything, so I had to go back to working in a cab, doing what I had to do. So we left that, and it was a lark. When you grow up, everyone sort of thinks मैं भी बनूंगा, and everyone wants to look good. Social media today, everyone's like, these social influencers think they're these big stars, and they want to do stuff. So that time, that was my sort of lark. I enjoyed it and I let it go. But maybe somewhere that came back, and maybe I wished for something that subconsciously came back and happened so many years later in life. But I never thought I would ever be in front of the camera. I got into business, I became successful in business, I worked hard, and for me that was my thing. So when I married Shilpa, it was fantastic, that maybe I was living my dreams or things, maybe some aspiration through her. I used to love seeing her prosper in life, and that was enough for me.
Why I asked this is because he said the media trial was actually one of the worst things that he faced. And when you're making a film, it's all about media. It's all about facing media. You're doing interviews today. How much have you prepped, because you know what kind of questions or things are going to come with you?
I have a good teacher at home. I have a good teacher at home. And I have a strict teacher watching me now, called Sanchita. So I manage it. Everyone tells me that in business, I'm very Mufat. I'm very like, if I see you and there's something I have to say, I'll say it. Shilpa says you can't be like that when it comes to media, when it comes to interviews. She goes, jo yahan pe hai, yahan nahi aana chahiye. And that's hard for me as a person, because honestly, I tell you how it is, and that's how I am. So people love me for that, and they might hate me for that. But yeah, unfortunately, I think when it comes to this scenario, I can't say everything that's here.
Lastly, before I leave, I just need to ask that the idea of this entire mask, did it come because you just didn't want to face people at that point of time, and now it's become a thing?
I mean, you said it how it was. I was pained by the media trial. I didn't like what happened. When I came out, I said to Shilpa that I'm going to wear this mask and I don't want to be seen, and I'll take it off the day I get my clean sheet. I was very confident, and I know I still am. But I think somewhere down the line that mask became a thing. People started talking about it, and my mask became a little innovative. Then this film thing cropped up 3-4 months later. And then I said to Shah, I said I'll take off this mask on our trailer launch press conference. Till then I'm keeping it on, because what the trollers are saying is actually giving me more strength. That hatred, that muh dikhane ke laik nahi, this, that, all that drama they used to say, it used to give me the strength to say, you know what, I know what I've done and I know what I've not done. Let's keep this mask on, let's play to the media, let's play to the thing. Masked Man became a media created star. It's nothing I've created, you guys have created it, the people have created it.
Instant Bollywood.
Instant Bollywood has created it. So I just used that strength because, like I said, Shilpa's a star at my house, I'm not a star. And that became my star. So I used to use that mask, I used to go out, I used to play to all of everyone's whims and fancies of what this Masked Man image is. And I used it, it worked, and now Masked Man and I have separated.
Yeah, we saw that. That was also a thoughtful promotional strategy. Whose idea?
I had separated from Masked Man, so I wanted to put it out there. But obviously, like media is always, I wanted to show the world that media एक 10 कैसे करती है. मैंने जो बोला और media ने जो बोला, there was a big difference. And that's what happened in my life. When this case broke out, हुआ कुछ था, बोला कुछ था. And the same thing happened.
Was it?
It was mine. I'm very much, I take honest. I take onus of everything. So when I said I've separated, it was very easy to assume that I was separated from my partner and not to realize that she's the wind beneath my wing, that I've separated from the masks.
Nice.
And I even announced it. Urfi Javed's video says Masked Man retiring, so it was quite obvious.
Yeah. Anyway, we wish you all the very best
Thank
for
you,
the
Aina.
film and everything else that's coming in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Please
you.
watch it.
Thanks.
3rd November.
Yes.
Instant Bollywood people, go and watch it.
Thank you.